Joining us now is OjyOkpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, Oji.
Good morning,
It's
Dr.
awards day.
But you know that's why I'm wearing red. Why do I have to carry it on my head? Go ahead, it's awards day. I was
just going to say it's a special day for the top and the resilient.
Yes, absolutely.
We are celebrating today.
We are happy birthday to all of us.
Yes, honestly.
This is, 12 years. We're also celebrating. Arise News at 12,
yes.
But of course, this day has been hailed by
yes.
former president and current president.
Yeah.
Jonathan says we're national and Buhari. National monuments,
yes.
a movement that is unstoppable.
Good
morning. Yes.
Yeah.
Ayo, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great.
Rufy on fire. How are you this morning?
My song for us is
go ahead.
30 years don't waka.
Yes, so
we still dey carry go. Nobody
love to
waka.
sing.
Nobody go solo.
I love it.
Baba God, you.
Thank God. Now your grace. Rufy has to become the musician of Nigeria, of Arise
Maybe
News.
he's performing tonight and you're not aware.
Ayo, you were saying something.
Oh yeah, I was just saying that something to look forward to. Talking about performances, maybe Rufy is a secret performance tonight.
Well, all right. Good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending. One of the greatest American soul singers of all time, who's often referred to as the Queen of Motown, Diana Ross, arrived Lagos, Nigeria on Sunday for the most iconic show on the African continent, the Thisday Awards, set to take place today, January 27th at the Eko Hotel and Suites. The 80-year-old singer, who is known for her powerful voice and dynamic stage presence, has been a trailblazer for African-American artists and has influenced countless musicians across various genres. She has received numerous awards, including American Music Awards, a Tony Award, and a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, and has also been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of the Supremes. Diana Ross is best known for hit songs like Endless Love, Upside Down, and I Am Coming Out, which she'll be performing at the Thisday Awards ceremony. I wanted to ginger our viewers. I mean, really, I couldn't contain my excitement. When the news broke that Diana Ross arrived Lagos, I just wanted to share with you guys a sneak of what's going to happen tonight at the Thisday Awards ceremony. Again, congratulations to all of us, everyone at Thisday, at Arise News, and of course, Prince Nduka Obagbina, CON. Well, let's take another story now. A new video has emerged showing how members of the Lagos House of Assembly impeached the former Speaker of the House, Mudashiru Obasa. Well, over the weekend, Obasa criticized the procedure that led to his removal from office. He argued that the House did not adhere to constitutional process in removing him from office, saying that he remains the Speaker.
My status in the House, I believe strongly I'm still the Speaker. Yes? You want to ask a question? I'm still the Speaker until the right thing has been done. If you want to remove me in the proper way. I will not contest it. He who allege must do what? Let them prove. Having ambition to become a governor is not a sin, is it? However, I've said it on the floor of the House when the budget was presented that I had no thought of governorship. But that does not mean what? that I'm not qualified or I lack experience.
All right, I mean, this story was trending over the weekend, and I just wanted us to touch on it a bit because this actual new video showing that, there was a process that occurred before that impeachment. Well, here is the video showing how members of the Lagos House of Assembly removed Obasa, Honorable Femi Said, representing Oshiomhole constituency 2, accused him of heavy-handedness and financial misappropriation. Let's take a look.
In line with the provision of section of 92, section 2, section 6, C of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, I hereby move that the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa, be removed as Speaker of this House Assembly for the following reason. 1. Gross misconduct and poor leadership, including perpetual lateness to legislative sections and meetings. 2. High-handedness and lack of regard for honorable member at all times, intimidation and suppression of members, including inciting members against one another. 3. Financial inappropriateness, misappropriation of funds and lack of transparency in its management of the House of Assembly funds. 4. Gross abuse of office and privileges as the Speaker of the House of Assembly via authoritarian and undemocratic leadership style. 5. The erosion of trust among honorable members due to unethical practices and inability to carry the majority of members' assembly along in decision making.
All right, let me take some tweets. Big Ree wrote, former Speaker Obasa's removal is a prime example how leaders should be held accountable for their actions. Despite his claims of being impeachment-proof, he was removed from office through constitutional means, showing that no one is above the law. What Senator Shehu Sani wrote, Honorable Obasa should just thank his God, accept his fate, and calm down. It's a rare privilege to occupy that seat and serve for that long. Not everyone can be that lucky in life. Allow the Honorable Lady Speaker to do her job. If he's actually good, posterity will vindicate him. Dr. Abati, real quickly.
Okay, very quickly. We had a guest on this
Yes.
subject, Liboros Oshiomhole. So I'll just try to provide a summary of what we discussed previously. 1, that the removal of the appointment of a speaker or deputy speaker and their removal is a constitutional matter. Section 92 of the Constitution, Section 92 sub 1, says that the speaker and deputy speaker shall be appointed by members of the House of Assembly from among themselves. In other words, the speaker or deputy speaker is not elected as a speaker. He's just a first among equals. Like, what was the word that Liboros used? Like a class rep who has been appointed to lead. 2, Section 92, Section 2, paragraphs A, B, C, talks about circumstances in which the speaker can be removed. Section C says if you have 2/3 of the members saying we don't want this speaker again, the speaker stands removed, but he remains a member of the House. And these House of Assembly members, they also, according to Liboros, met the conditions. They conducted the business in the place of the House of Assembly itself. There was an issue about whether the maize was fake or original. There was nothing about, he was saying there's no maize that they write original or fake upon. The third point is that the speaker should have been present because the speaker himself, Obasa, was saying that when Honorable Pelumi was removed, he was present. When Honorable Teju was removed, she was present. But that, there's nowhere in the Constitution that says that you have to be present for members of your class to remove you as class rep. So in other words, the conclusion in that conversation is that the speaker stands removed. Now the other issue is about these allegations about misappropriation. Now Honorable Obasa was very clear to say that he's ready at any time. If anybody wants any receipts about, funds, expenditures under his watch, he will be ready to meet them. His third point was that due process was not followed. Now, Oshiomhole's argument is that the due process was followed. Now, the last point that people have been talking about is that why is nobody talking about these allegations about misappropriation? But we pointed out that, look, even within the almighty OjyOkpe Governor's Advisory Council of Lagos State that determines everything, they are already saying that this matter will be resolved within the party as a family affair, where even the Governor's Advisory Council is divided. I ask the question, will he be able to return to the chair as a speaker? Well, Oshoma's advice is that, look, no, he stands removed, except the same members of the House that he calls his brothers and sisters change their mind and then reappoint him as speaker. So those are the details for now. But he is saying he should not have been removed in absentia.
Well, he also mentioned about the fact about trying to run for governorship, which also trended over the weekend. I mean, he did clarify that he is of age, but he has not told anybody yet. But, you know, I'm sure this story will continue. We'll follow up on it as usual. Well, in another development, Senator representing Edo North Senatorial District, Adams Oshiomhole, set social media buzz over the weekend after he alleged that retired military generals are behind the spate of illegal mining activities in the country. The senator made the allegation during a budget presentation on solid minerals development. Well, let's take a look before we come back for some reactions.
Those involved in this illegal mining, they use choppers. They procure arms exactly the same way as our military were doing in the South. They give them arms. They use choppers to come and cut away the gold. And they take them out of this country and make billions of US dollars. And the federal government is not doing what it should be doing. I took this letter to the former president when I was national chairman of APC. And I said, call the general to give you more brief. In fact, what is happening, or what subsequently happened in that part of the country, was exactly what the general told me was going to happen. Because these guys have been weaponized by the illegal big men who deploy them, secure territories, and the weapon is meant to protect the Chinese and other foreigners who they actually employ to carry out the mining. And on occasion, they use the same weapon to carry out banditry, kidnapping, and all of the terrible things that are going on.
All right, weighty allegations, Rufai, but you know, this story, you know, had caught the attention of a lot of Nigerians. Let me just take this tweet from Semu, who wrote, "What's Adams Oshiomhole waiting for? He knows retired generals involved in illegal mining. He should help Nigeria by naming them. Let them come out and say he is lying. Nigerians are tired of all these vague indictments that get no one the pillory. If you know them, name them." And that was my actual rhetoric when I took this story over the weekend on the Sunday morning show. I was like, Adams Oshiomhole is here saying that, you know, he knows these retired generals. But in fairness to him, he did say that he wrote a letter to the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, and nothing came out of that. I mean, I'm sure that, you know, he cannot be out there naming these generals without any sort of protection. Rufai.
No, but that's apt.
Yeah.
The truth is, yeah, you can say you should name them. But what about the ones that have been named in the past? What happened?
That's another question.
That's another question.
Yeah.
Over $9 billion, even more, is lost to illegal mining. The other day, we're talking about Bani community in around that Oyo, Kwara area, where lithium was being mined. And these people fingered, there was a report on Premium Times, these people fingered that there were police officials that collect bribe for them on the road, security officials across board. Till today, nothing has been done. He's talking about the value ecosystem of, you know, this corruption where the Chinese people connive with state actors. And you see that they get military support and they get security protection. Mm-hmm. So the ones that have been written before, people will overlook them. You know why? Because in Nigeria, they will say, okay, we don't want to be seen as, you know, denigrating the members of the armed forces. It's going to destroy the institution. And that's why corruption thrives in this country. Mm-hmm. Over most of the mining that is done in this country is illegal. We've seen how people come to cut away our mineral resources that could have worked for us.
Yeah.
But some people obviously are higher than the states. Mm-hmm. And that's the sad reality. So when you say name, even if he names, what has happened? Look at the case of Obasa. They've made grave allegations against him. in public till today. The EFCC have not picked it up. Is Yaya Bello that their veins will be very strong at? Is Yaya Bello that their veins will be very... in the course of someone was saying somebody has to bring a petition. Nobody brought any petition in Yaya Bello's case. Why can't EFCC investigate him? But you see, in this country, this same Oshiomhole himself was the one saying one day that if you join the APC, your sins are forgiven. So you can see how the system is in this country. And that's why we don't move forward. That's why we are hovering around in poverty. That's why we're hovering around in shame. That's why Nigeria has to be borrowing money. Nigeria has no business borrowing too much as we borrow as a nation. But our resources are being frittered away by a lot of non-state actors.
Absolutely.
And that's the sad reality of the country.
Absolutely. I mean, I know that, like I said yesterday, the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, had, initiated this mining marshals to come out and, get these illegal miners, like the way they've done with, the Niger Delta region, oil bunkering and all. I think that this allegation by Adams Oshiomhole should be heavily investigated. Nigeria cannot keep suffering like this. But kudos to Adams Oshiomhole for always speaking out. We call him the comrade. Well, in another development, a video showing masked armed police officers invading a property without a warrant sparked outrage over the weekend following a response by Olumuyiwa Adejobi, the police force public relations officer, who stated in a post on X that Nigerian law allows police officers to break into homes without a search warrant. Let's take a look at this video before we take some reactions.
Imagine police people, face mask, coming to my house to bust our door, saying we are fraudsters. We are prosecutors.
Baba, we don't open gate too.
We don't open gate.
We don't open gate.
We don't open gate. We don't open gate. See your words. We don't open gate.
We don't open gate.
Jesus. Wait. Guy, wait.
Party video.
Jesus Christ.
Hello?
Jesus Christ.
How far you hear me? Hello?
Jesus.
Don't bring it.
Unbelievable. I mean, what's the difference between this police officer and an armed robber, Ayo? But what really got a lot of Nigerians talking was what the force PRO said. And let me just actually read his tweet. He wrote, "Let's clarify an issue here. The police have the power to break into any house or place where they are reasonably convinced an offense is being committed. This is understandable, but I am not too okay with their dressing and appearance. It is improper dressing. Policemen are not allowed to wear masks or tie headgear. These are two issues we need to iron out. What is the offense of the people to have warranted breaking in, and why this dressing? I wish I knew the location so that we could direct these questions to the men involved. However, I have shared the video with the PPROs to locate the men. We need to investigate the scene captured in this video." I mean, Ayo, should I take your comment before I take a reaction to this tweet?
Okay, let me just say something very quickly with regards to this. This reminds me of the argument that ensued when the EFCC, the incident between the EFCC and the doctor in Anambra State, and how people had argued that they came in like thieves at night. And now we see the evidence of another security agency, this time the police force, behaving almost like criminals, behaving like armed robbers who are coming in. Any citizen will be concerned about their safety and the safety of their families when you see people jumping your fence and threatening you. Unfortunately, the police in Nigeria do not have a very good reputation when it comes to the protection of lives and properties, and sometimes when they act against their rules of engagement. And so coming out to make that statement is a bit dangerous. And people have now cited Part 4 of Section 37 of the Constitution, which guarantees Nigerian citizens' right to privacy, including the fact that if the police want to come into a private residence, it's either they're invited or they have a police warrant that sanctions them. If not, anybody can come into your house and knock and say, "I'm the police." Also remember that a number of people can have been seen to wear these uniforms without authorization, or so it's, and so anybody in the guise of the police, how do we differentiate them? So if we're looking at the safety of lives and property, this is not right at all. What I would have expected the police to say is that, oh, these men have gone against the rules of engagement, would investigate and find out who they are. It's not every time you have to, colorize or make good what is bad. Let the people build the trust of people in the police again, and let's not be acting like a guerrilla troop, a group of people who do not have law, order, or any sanity. I think in the interest of safety, personal safety, not many people would have opened the door to this kind of invasion of privacy of this family.
Why would they open the door to masked men? I mean,
you can't identify them. Where was their ID card?
Nothing.
How were they identified? It was too dangerous.
And I like the fact that Nigerians are saying, and I will ask you this question, they have no authority to invade a home without a warrant. Is that correct, Dr. Abati?
That's correct.
All right. In Anambra State, and I'll tie the story with this, a kidnapper's den disguised as a hotel along the Onitsha-Owerri Road was demolished by the state government over the weekend. Well, according to a statement posted by the state's new media account on X, the hotel, known as Udoka Golden Point Hotel and Suites, had over 30 well-partitioned graves and a shrine. Let's take a look at this video before we come back for a discussion.
So you can see further, this thing, they built it on top of the hotel itself, where they perform most of the spiritual activities.
I mean, this was unbelievable to see, Dr. Abati. I mean, on one hand, we are seeing these police officers going in and trying to figure out who those people were in the other video, and now we are seeing a demolition. But this was quite scary. But those graves, though, they got me. Why would they partition the graves in that manner? I mean, there was a shrine in the hotel. What more can I say?
Well, strange things happen in this
Nigeria,
country. People have become very desperate. And again, because of the failure of the security agencies, that all kinds of acts of criminality can go on for so long, undetected. This particular Udoka is called Hotel and Resort or whatever, and Suites, also known as the La Cruz Hotel, where people have been, cruising in Nigerian parlance and running a shrine. And an innocent person will just see a signboard, Udoka Hotel and Suites, and just walk in innocently. And this is not the first time this kind of thing will happen. There was a case in, I think, Ile-Ife, in Osun State, of a certain graduate student of the University of Ife who went into a hotel and was killed, or rather, was murdered. I think the matter is still in court. It's gone up to the level of the Court of Appeal. So the thing to say here, therefore, is that protecting the citizen is a major task, and the security agencies have to remain just vigilant, so that people don't just walk into kidnappers' den, parading as a hotel and suites. These hotels are supposed to be registered. There must be relevant government agencies that have an oversight function over these hospitality units, whether they are in Enugu State or they are in Lagos State or they are in Delta State, wherever. But we don't have...
what Delta State got to do with Dr. Abati.
It can be anywhere.
The last time I told you Ogun State, no, they carry last. Don't bring my...
It can be anywhere. So of course, this is a problem that we face in this country. And anybody is just vulnerable.
Yes.
The second part about the security agencies, we at OjyOkpe is probably referring to certain provisions in the ACJA, Administration of Criminal Justice Act of 2015, which says that if you have an arrest warrant, a search warrant, you can invade premises at any time of the day. The tradition used to be previously weekends were excluded, certain hours of the day were excluded, But that is no justification for policemen to go and invade somebody's house. Now, if a policeman wants to accost you, he wants to arrest you, you have a right to ask for the policeman's identity. You have the right, it's part of your right as a citizen, to ask for the arrest warrant and to ask that the purpose of the arrest should be explained to you in a language that you will understand.
Yes.
But many Nigerians don't enforce their rights. And in any case, The policemen themselves don't know these rights. They just carry their guns to go and intimidate people. If you go and invade somebody's house and you don't have a warrant, then it's an act of armed robbery. Whether you are wearing uniform or not, you are an armed robber. And the person can resist you. That does not say, however, that the person should resist arrest. If the identity of the security officers, the law enforcement agents is properly established, which is the case in one other matter involving the EFCC, where somebody refused to open the doors and fired and killed one of the EFCC officers. I think a lot of public enlightenment needs to be done. Absolutely. And then the police should try to identify these policemen.
Yes.
First, what they were wearing didn't look like a police uniform. One of them was wearing some funny pair of slippers. We should be disgraced.
Absolutely.
To the Nigerian police. What is that thing he's wearing?
As a daughter of a police officer, I absolutely agree with you.
And then he's masked. I don't see policemen wearing this. Yeah. Policeman, if you are going on an operation, you dress properly.
Correct.
All these policemen wearing Joseph attires all over. Wearing Joseph attires all over the place. It's unacceptable.
Rufai cannot stand his belly.
See the big belly.
Our policemen need to be fit. In any case, we expect the police to, investigate this.
All right.
The outrage that Muyiwa Adejobi's statement has generated is understandable.
Yes.
Because Nigerians will say, well, we can't have armed robbers carrying guns.
Because that's what you're doing.
And claiming that they are policemen.
Yes.
You have to identify yourself properly. They talk about what they call standard operating procedure.
All right.
This doesn't fit into their rules of procedure.
All right.
And the onus is on them to get to the bottom of it instead of offering explanations that will further infuriate the Nigerian public.
All right, with due respect.
With due respect, I'll just say this as we wrap up. See, in a country where after over 20 years, they've not still found the killer of the Attorney General of this country, we think we are sane.
All right.
You think things like this will not happen. We are jokers.
Thank you for always bringing that up, Rufai.
In a country where after 20 years, the Minister of Justice was killed and nobody has found the killer till date. You think police will not enter your house?
We will follow up on this story.
We just pray we are not next. That's just it. Because it can happen to anybody.
Well, all right. In the meantime, Defense headquarters have debunked a Reuters report claiming that a group of terrorists killed 20 of its men at a military base in Borno State. Well, according to the Reuters report, a lieutenant colonel and the commanding officer of the base were among those who were killed. Reuters reported that the attack occurred in a town sharing a border with Niger Republic where Lakoruwa terrorists have their stronghold, and that the terrorists who were on gun trucks besieged the Nigerian Army 149 Battalion in Malam Fatori, shooting at unsuspecting locals and soldiers. Well, Edward Buba, in a statement just released to Arise News, said that the news was fake and that nothing of such occurred. I mean, it is great to hear that the DHQ has debunked this story. I mean, we all know that Reuters is a credible source, but news source, but this is from Edward Buba. The defense headquarters has completely debunked, saying that nothing like this happened.
Yes. It's not only Reuters. That story was splashed.
It was everywhere. But yes, but the main source was from Reuters. Yes.
Why did it take them? Because I've been seeing that story since the weekend.
Since the weekend, yes.
Why did it take them many hours before they now debunked it?
Absolutely.
You see, it's the information mechanism too we should be asking about. You see, there's no accountability in this country. Now cruise, all of us, let's just be cruising.
There really is. But I mean, can we just pay kudos to our military men? Because I did see over the weekend their achievements. I mean, only under a week, they've, neutralized about 100 at this point, as of this morning. I mean, but also a heart goes out.
So the story of neutralizing
that is an actual story. Yes,
they did. But the story of... So why did we now hear... I'm coming, Oji, I beg you. Mofori, there. Why did we now hear that some persons were saying in the military that we should not release the name of the the soldiers that were killed in the
No, that was a different case. This operation was Hadinkai. This was Operation Hadinkai. And that's what I was about to say. Our heart goes out to the family members of those soldiers that were lost, 22 of them in that operation. But as always, kudos to the military for their laudable feat. They have really done very well to make Nigeria proud. And you know, can you imagine these are our military men going out there to face these terrorists? Really sad situation. May the 22 soldiers that lost their lives in that operation, may their souls rest in perfect peace. Well, let's now highlight the federal government's inclusion of 16 new trades in Nigeria's basic education curriculum. Well, according to the National Orientation Agency, the new trades, which includes hairstyling, plumbing, makeup, interior design, as well as digital literacy, will help students develop hands-on skills and will increase their chances for self-reliance and future career opportunities. Ayo, you know I love this story. Yes. Because I did tell you that this is one of my biggest, projects that I want to embark on with my foundation. Yeah. Really teaching people hands-on skills. And I'm happy that it's starting with primary school students to learn how to, do this sort of trade. Yes. I think it was such a great addition in the curriculum of our school system as well. But before we discuss, let us take a look at this heartwarming video of Helen Tosin, a youth corps member who surprised her father at his workshop with her certificate after completing her National Youth Service Corps.
Special salute to Daddy! 3 Bossa for Daddy! Bossa, Bossa, Bossa! Special salute to Daddy! I really appreciate your love, your goodness, your kindness. Daddy, you are so wonderful.
Who's cutting on you?
I have goosebumps watching it.
Yeah.
But this is so
Lord,
beautiful.
how many times I watched this video?
You're crying. But there are a number of, we've seen a number of videos like this where, young people honor their parents. And I think it's so great to see that we still have values like this, where you don't forget the child of whom you are, and you remember those who paid. I mean, look at the father. I think he's a mechanic.
Yes,
and he must have done a lot of work and sacrificed a lot to send his daughter to school, all the way to university. And Dr. Bati and Rufai, I know they often say that it's the women that get the accolades.
I'm so happy.
I hope we're happy to see that it's the father that's getting the accolade this time. So well done. Congratulations.
Please, can we all clap for Tony? I mean, really, now we are seeing them celebrating fathers. Dr. Bati,
some good fathers out
some
there.
Good fathers out there.
Fathers should be celebrated.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, all right. Well, let's now end what's trending today by highlighting one of Diana Ross's greatest hits, Endless Love. Well, in this clip, Diana Ross was performing at the 54th Academy Awards in 1982 with music legend Lionel Richie. My first love.
Let us have a sing it.
That I right, Thisday Awards is tonight. I cannot wait to hear Endless Love. Kudos to Diana Ross. Yes. Well, all right. Well, all right. I'd love to thank you all for your great analysis on what's trending today. I hope I'll see you all tonight. Well, all right. That's all I have for you guys on what's trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.